video, we're going to do an intro to Python variables. Now, we kind of preempted this a little bit in the last video on inputs. So let's go ahead and start. Let's do something like we were talking about before. We'll go ahead and do name equals Jan. Before, definitely we're gonna print it right now. Well, actually, I gave it away. If we were to go ahead and run the program right now, we haven't printed anything to the console. So all we have is name equals Jan. So the variable name has the value of Jan, the string, denoted by the quotation marks. We'll go into different kinds of values later, but right now we're doing a string. So, of course, so what we know is we need to go ahead and print, use the print function. I want to print Jan. I need to print name, right? So, now we got Jan. Let's come down later in there. Let's use the same variable name equal to John. Change anything? Let's see. Nope. Jan is still printing. But it actually has changed. We have now gone through and said name equals Jan. We print out Jan, which is right here, and then we said name equals John. So what do you think is going to happen when we print name down here? Jan, now we're going to have John. Same variable, two different outputs, right? Which output is the current value of the variable name right now? So let's think about that. What do we think it is? Well, so when the code is being ran, I'll tell you differently, from top to bottom. So name equals Jan, print Jan. Name equals John, print John. So now, name equals John. We renamed, we put a different value in the box that we named name. Okay? It's important to understand that. If you're looking at my data structure videos, when we start looking at nodes and pointers, you're looking at stuff like this. But with dictionaries and not variables. Anyways, so let's go down here. So what we can do is we can do other things with these variables, like do the length. So input length name. If you notice, see how it shows it's still open? You gotta make sure this is gonna get you, trust me. This is gonna get you. Make sure you close it, okay? So now what should we have? So we have Jan, John, and 3. Now let's change this just for clarification actually. Okay? So now let's run it. Jan, John, and 4. Like I say, it says that the length of name is 4 because John has 4 letters, John. Once again, showing that the value in name right now is, in fact, John. For example, which I showed you all how to do this before, let's go ahead and comment this out. What now do you think the length of name is going to be? Think about it. We just commented out name equals John, print name. What do you think the output of name is going to be? Save it. 3. Why? Because the value of name is Jan, not John. We haven't changed it. We comment that out. This code is not being ran. So we print out Jane like we did before, but when we print out the length of the name, it's 3, not 4, because we commented this out. Okay? So right now we are showing you the fact that name is either going to be Jan, or if we change it, now it's going to be John. Okay. Now let's do this. Or Jonathan. Okay. Now let's run it. It's 8, right? Because now we renamed it from John to Jonathan. So we have Jan, then we print it out. John, we print it out. And then we rename it a third time, and it's Jonathan. And the length of the name, we can tell it's 8. We can tell that it's Jonathan, not John or Jan, because Jonathan was the last time we renamed the variable. Okay? This is an important concept. So as you go through here, there's other kind of variables which you can't change. Okay? And then there's a way to make it so that you cannot change it. But right now, what we're looking at is these variables being changed each and every time. So when we're looking at different things here, so when we look at other programming languages like JavaScript that have other ways of defining constant variables which cannot be changed, Python doesn't have that. Okay? So if we're going through here and you receive a code with this naming convention, name equals Jan. The point here is the programmer before you, or if you're doing this, you're telling the next programmer that name should not be changed, that this part here should not work. Now it will, don't get me wrong. We run this, we're still gonna get the same answer. In programming languages such as JavaScript, we won't if we actually use like constant. But here it will change. But you or other programmers will know, hey, you know what? This naming convention here is telling me that we do not need to change this variable for any reason. This is a constant variable that should, in fact, never change. Okay? So you use this naming convention. Now, as you can see, this shows a perfect point of case sensitivity. The first print statement for length of name is a lowercase name, a traditional naming convention for a variable. And it's 8. Okay? But look, print the length of name where the name convention is that in which we're trying to think of a constant. It is all capitalized. That's different than a lowercase name. That is different. So we're dealing with two different things now. We've got the same word, which is name, but we've made it in such a way we won't accidentally change it. Okay? And how do you know this is once again looking at the length of the name at the bottom. We have an 8 and we have a 3. What is 3? Jan, Jan, right? That's a capital. So you would actually, to be able to, if I want the constant of name, N-A-M-E, capitalized, name to be Jan, I capitalize it. You would actually have to go in and purposely capitalize all the letters in the variable name and then change it. You're gonna know what you're doing here. It's not because you just reused a word, because we typically in programming do not use all capitalized letters. You would have to be purposely doing that. So in this convention here that is used for Python programmers, we see that if we capitalize all the letters in the word, even if it's my name, my name, my name, okay, my name, and then my name, okay? Even if we got two different things going on here, we know that we need to capitalize all the letters there. How would you do this down here in Python? Typically, you would do this camel case, my name. So this would be a good time to kind of go through that naming convention too. Someone once told me, if you keep the order will keep you. And the way we can understand this right now is if we keep the order of these naming conventions, we will not be chasing our tail later on when we have exceptions, we have errors, stuff like that. And we're wondering, why in the world do we have this? Oops. Always have. And see, that's exactly what you would have if you have it. So that's good to show you right there. What did I miss? I missed my name right here. All right, I think I got everything. Okay, now we're back to the same output. Okay, so that was good to show how you can get an exception. Trust me, when your code's a lot longer than this and you see that, you're gonna go crazy. Anyways, so you keep the order, okay? You keep the rules, the naming conventions, they'll serve you. So if we got variables called my name, we want a my name that won't change, we want my name that will change. So we got my name, all capitalized, equals Jan. And then we print that my name, Jan. Now, we have my name down here, camel case. Why is it called camel case? It's got humps, like a camel. So it's lowercase first letter, and then uppercase, the first letter of the next word. My is the first word, name's the second word, so N would be capitalized. If you had a word after this, like to say if this is my name input, it'd be my, capital N, name, capital I, input, okay? And you just continue on. The only lowercase is the first letter of the first word, camel case. That's the naming convention here, right? So my name is here. My name gets changed twice from John to Jonathan, which has a length of 8. My name, capitalized, the constant, which is Jan, stays the same and has constant 3, okay? What would be some things we might wanna, where would this might come up at? Well, to use that same exact thing may be uncommon, but let's say this my name equals input what is the name? Question mark. Okay. Save that. So, what is my name? I'm gonna say my name's Charles. Okay. You see how I was able to use, I got the my name I don't want to change, Jan. We print that my name, all capitalized. And then we have the my name, which is an input. And we ask the user, what is your name? What is your name? And then whatever you put in there, I put my name in there. That will be printed out, that'll be saved to my name. Non-constant, because if someone else gets on there, they could put their name in there. And it'll print my name, okay? And we see that we have two different variables, we can see the length. Charles is 7 letters long, Jan is 3 letters long, okay? So here, this is a good intro to variables. Good naming convention, kind of taking the place of constants that you'd see in like JavaScript. We got to see an actual exception because I mislabeled one of my names and I didn't know what it was. So that's good. You're gonna see that. Everyone sees that. I'm no different than anyone else on that part. So look over this a couple times. Get this into your head how this works, and you'll go a long way understanding variables. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I appreciate it. Thank you.